So, according to Sleepy Hollow, the Sandman is not some guy that comes in the night and helps you fall asleep. Rather, he's a nightmare that invades your dreams and forces you to commit suicide. That seems like a good lesson for the kids. So what is up to everybody who's watching this video? My name is Jacob, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on this little TV show that is going on right now called Sleepy Hollow. Now, Sleepy Hollow is a very loosely based story of the legend of Sleepy Hollow, which we've all come to know and love. I mean, it's one of my favorite stories growing up as a kid, one of my favorite, monster stories, one of my favorite Halloween stories, I should say. So I'm not going to waste my time by just sitting here and telling you the whole story of the show, just because we're already 3 episodes in, and I just now, for some reason, decided to start making little reviews of the show, because I'm a procrastinator. But if you want to, you can go check out, I'm sure there are other review videos of the series somewhere else, but if I were to sit here and actually tell you what all's been happening so far, this video would probably be about 30 minutes long, and I know no one wants to look at this mug for 30 minutes. So, I'm just going to go ahead and break down the 3rd episode, which was last night's episode, which was September 30th. Today is October 1st. So, I'm going to break it down, just kind of give my thoughts, my opinions on it, and I'll throw out a few spoilers in there, so if you haven't seen the episode yet, don't watch this video. But let's get into it, shall we? Alright, so the 3rd episode of Sleepy Hollow finds our heroes Ichabod Crane and Abby Mills basically trying to fight what they believe to be known as the Sandman. Now, the Sandman, according to this episode, is actually a spirit or a dream demon from the Mohawks, and basically he comes into your dreams and he takes your soul if you fail to help your fellow neighbor. Now, the reason why this is important is because when Abby and her sister Jenny are little, they see this demon in the woods, and basically Jenny's like telling the truth. She's saying, oh, well, I've seen this demon in the woods. People have asked me where they've been, because apparently they've been missing for 4 days, because when they saw this demon, they blacked out. They went missing for 4 days. So Jenny is saying, hey, I know what I saw, and this is what I saw, and then she looks to Abby to back her up, and Abby doesn't back her up, which then forces them to put, or doesn't really force them, they just decide to put Jenny into an insane asylum, and basically Abby and Jenny haven't spoken for years. So Ichabod and Abby are now on a mission to figure out how to stop this spirit demon. It's like Rurouni Kenshin or something like that. I don't remember his name. But they're basically out to capture him before he gets to Abby, because Abby's dream has 3 people in it. It has her, the doctor that treated her sister, and the guy who found Abby and Jenny when they were little in the woods after they'd gone missing for 4 days. And basically the way the Sandman gets his victims is he enters their dreams, he takes them hostage, and then he basically forces them to commit suicide. Like the doctor, she jumps off the building to her death. The guy, Mr. Giuseppe, I think his name is, he blows his head off with a gun. And in the end, Ichabod and Abby call on this Native American shaman, if you will. Really, I say shaman because he's actually a car salesman. Doesn't that make sense? So they call on him to basically help them go into the demon's dream world, and they go in there, and of course, in typical hero fashion, they stop him, they kill him. And that was pretty much the story of episode 3. And we're still really kind of building to this whole, 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse thing, which, by the way, can I mention something? And I know this may seem weird and all, but isn't Death supposed to be riding a pale horse and not a white one? If you look in the Book of Revelations, and this is just kind of like minor tick with me, in the Book of Revelations it says there are 4 horsemen. There's the first one, which rides a white horse, which the horse in the show is obviously white. He's white as can be. Then you have the red one, which is war, a famine, which is on a black horse, and death, which is on a pale horse. But they're saying that death is riding the white horse, which makes no sense, but that's just a minor gripe of mine. So, and then we found out that the guy who basically got his head snapped backwards is now working, he's still working with this demon, which is the same demon that Abby and Jenny saw in the woods. Oh, and another little cliffhanger for you. At the end of the episode, it's actually found that Jenny actually escapes from the mental hospital that she was found in, and now Abby is out to find her to see if she can, maybe mend the relationship with her sister. And I'm willing to bet also that Ichabod is going to maybe enlist Jenny to maybe help him out. As we like for those of you that have kept up with the show, we know that Ichabod and Abby are the two witnesses in the book of Revelation. Or at least, so Ichabod is claiming that Abby is the second witness. We don't know if that's for sure. Overall, I have really liked the show so far. It's definitely very different from the original story of Sleepy Hollow. Really the only similarities that draw between the actual story are there's a Headless Horseman and Ichabod Crane. But I'm really enjoying the show so far. I really liked the third episode last night. The guy, the little spirit demon, whatever they called him, I can't remember. I'm just going to call him the Sandman, because that's what he is. He has sand coming out of his eyes. He's the Sandman. So, the Sandman, he was actually kind of a creepy character, and I'm not going to admit, I actually had to turn the lights on in the house whenever I was walking around. I didn't have any trouble sleeping with the lights off, but then again, I mean, you know he's not coming to get you, because I've done no wrong by my friends. But anyway, so I really like where they're going now. I have just one kind of like minor kind of like thing about the show, but I see kind of where they're going with it, but it's at the same time it's kind of weird. So the whole premise is that Ichabod has basically come back from like the 1700s to kind of convince Abby to work with him, and Abby is just really, she's not really, you know, believing anything Ichabod's done. Well, I mean, haven't you seen enough by now to, you know, say, hey, this could possibly happen? I mean, let's look at what, you know, Abby has seen. First of all, she has seen a demon, a full-on demon, in the woods when she was young. Yeah, sure, she denied it, everyone, but I mean, she didn't want to seem crazy, so why tell the truth? Second of all, she has seen the Headless Horseman. She has seen the guy walking around without a head, wielding an axe, killing people. Now, I understand that you can sometimes mess with your mind, but when you turn around, like say you walk out your door and you see this guy walking in through your neighborhood and all throughout, you know, the whole town killing people, I'm willing to bet practicality goes a little bit out the drain. And the third thing that kind of like got me was last night, you know, before she really believed Ichabod about the whole Sandman thing, she saw the nurse jump to her death, her eyes were whitened over, and then they basically melted into sand. Like, is there not a hint here that something weird's going on? I mean, is that just me? But yet she still chose to doubt. She chose to believe in something practical. So I get where they're going with it. They really want her to kind of evolve as a character and to, you know, basically come to believe these things. But at the same time, there's just so much evidence that's right there. It's kind of weird as to how she doesn't actually believe yet. And that's my final thoughts on it so far. I'm really liking the show so far. I don't really see any foreseeable problems. I don't know if this will maybe get picked up, because Fox actually had a show I think it was like last year or 2 years ago, called Alcatraz that I really liked, and well, they did away with that because of poor views. But hopefully, you know, we get maybe a second season of this. I don't think they're going to finish this story in one season. I don't think they're going to do it. But I would really like to see the show continue on. I'm loving it so far. I'm really into it. And that's my thoughts on episode 3 and really on the show as a whole. So, in the comments section below, just let me know, do you guys watch the show? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Just give me some basic opinions, feedback. Let me know if you like the video or not. And I'll probably be back with the video next week. This is kind of like my first video, but you know, I was sitting around and I was like, you know what, I have some thoughts and opinions. I want to put it out there. And so I'll leave you guys with that. And I'll see you next week. Or I may even post some more reviews of other things, such as movies, other TV shows, etc. But anyway, guys, I'm out of here, and I'll see you guys later.